The best way to avoid conflict with client. This is the reason why I make business proposal contract. When working on a creative project for a client, it is important to make sure everyone is on the same page right from the beginning. In my experience, the best way to avoid conflict with client is to make a proposal and stick to it. First thing, I'm not a lawyer, so please seek legal advice for your contract to ensure it covers all the bases. In the meantime, this is how I do it. Also, depending on who you are dealing with, art buyer, corporation, artist, nonprofit, the situation may be different, but you still need to do a contract. The number one reason I created a proposal is to avoid conflict with the client. Every time something happens on the project, I can just refer to my contract or invoice. Many times, my invoice is too small to include all the lengthy project description, but the contract has no such limitation. So I also add the invoice in my contract. When you don't create a project proposal, you're exposing yourself to a higher risk if your project goes south. You always hope nothing will go wrong, but it's always better to expect the best and prepare for the worst. Now, you may be asking yourself, what conflict can you have? It's only pictures and videos. Let's start with payment. These are some examples of comments I've got from customers and potential customers all the time. I have the money. I always pay on time. To that I will say, so many clients just don't pay at all or will pay late. It's sad, but it's true. Even if you do not enforce your payment policy, some clients won't be able to pay you on schedule. I'm not a collection agency. So with experience, you'll start to know who and exactly why, for example, institutions take longer to process payment, meaning bank, university, government, but with faster payment processing, the time are getting reduced more and more now. So most businesses are able to pay right away. I won't get into the detail on this video on when to ask for the money up front or after, but you get an overall picture. Higher the risk, get the money before. Lower the risk, you could wait a little bit longer. Stuff I hear for discount. I've heard everything from, I don't need all that, we can do it smaller. I'd like to thank our sponsor for this video, BDH Collective. If you want your creative project brought to life and managed by a collective of talented freelancers, this is the team for you. Check out BDH Collective at bdhcollective.com. Now, let's get back to the video. I realized with time that I got reaction from customers who didn't know what they needed at the beginning and purchased maybe the wrong service, or were not clear, or were just asking for more discount. So since I started using project proposal with clear guideline on what I will do, when it will happen, how I will make it happen, and where it will happen, and who would be there, actually helped me eliminate all the conflict. The one con of doing project proposal for each project you do is the amount of time you have to take to produce it. In 2019, I had 2 projects where I had misunderstanding and refund requests from clients. And those 2 times were because I didn't use a full project description for their project. I was lucky because total amount was less than $300, so I didn't want to spend the full time to create a full proposal for those projects. And it was a mistake. One of the top pros of using project proposal for my video is that it makes project clearer. It forced me to prepare my project with more detail, and I'm able to actually make a more accurate price estimate. You can find multiple templates for proposal online. And my first proposal, I included my company presentation, what I will do for the client, when I will do it, where the service will be provided, how many professionals will be on the project, what's the client responsibility, example of similar project I've done or that I found online, the contract, the invoice or the quote, and the payment policy. I am still working on my second version, but in the second version, I'm adding more detail into the creative side. So theme, color, camera angle that we'll use, and more. With the number of court cases that I'm hearing in the creative world now about creative project, it is important to have a detailed contract. So when you get, if it has to happen, when you get in front of a judge, you will get a detailed contract explaining what work you did, how you did it, and how much of your time you used to do it, and what was the value of that time. Because if you just take a picture and you do not explain exactly what was your process, how long it took you, how much you were getting paid an hour to do that, how you came up with that number in court, you will lose your case. Yes, it's hard to put a price on creativity, but you actually put X amount of time on each project you do. So it is important for you to detail your pricing to help your client understand what they're paying for and also protect you in the long run. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. If you want to check out the online workshop, you will find the link in the description below.